Hello, and you join us for our review of the latest episode of Doctor Who. This is episode 9, the penultimate episode of this series, with the episode It Takes You Away. And this week we're starting off...
Okay, we're not doing that, okay.
And this week we're starting off with Sean's thoughts. I'm still waiting for a musical intro onto that.
I haven't got a musical intro for that. I'm not very musically inclined. Anyway, back to the episode. It was alright. Again, kind of. You know, with the...
You're downgrading there very quickly.
I've been doing that a lot with these episodes of this series. After we do this, I think throughout the week, and every time I think about the last episode, it just gets worse and worse. But yeah, it started off alright, good. You know, something in the cabin in the woods, because that's never been done before.
Nope.
Ever. With a nice fjord.
It's so original. It's a lovely fjord.
But was it a fjord? Bradley Walsh never did get an answer to that question.
No.
Whether it was a fjord, how you pronounce it. But yeah, it was alright. Then they got into the sentient universe, and I may have zoned out slightly because I had no idea what was happening. And then there was a frog talking. And I just assumed I died at that point, and then was now in some sort of weird heaven. But I liked the beginning with the monster. That was not a monster.
Yes, I was a bit disappointed at that.
Yeah, I was expecting something, but I've learned to not expect anything in these episodes, to be fair.
Yeah.
Stops you being disappointed. I do have a question about the girl playing Anna or Hannah. Is it Hannah or Anna?
I think it's Hannah.
Was she actually Scandinavian or not? Because her accent...
I think Eric was as well.
Yeah, but because her accent broke on certain words. I noticed. Oh no, she's actually Scandinavian. Is that thing where I know someone who's Irish but lived in America, and they would speak American, but on every other word it would break back into the Irish accent. It's really weird. Whether she was actually Scandinavian and had the accent, or was putting it on, it broke on certain words. So I swear she didn't have an accent on certain words. I don't know what it was, but she was fine. She played blind very well. Owned rhyme.
So I don't know is the only way I can answer
every now and then, but she said something that didn't have.
I don't know if she's necessarily Norwegian.
I'm just Scandinavian. That's how most people would know the difference.
Because the only other thing she's been in, at least again, I'm now on IMDb.
Reliable source there.
The only other thing she's credited in is in a Polish film called Imagine.
Maybe.
Which obviously makes it very difficult to determine exactly...
Polish. I probably couldn't tell the difference between Scandinavian and the Polish accent if I heard it.
Eric, on the other hand, is
Eric the Red.
Norwegian.
He was Norwegian.
He is Norwegian.
It just annoyed me. I just noticed it on every other word. Not every other word, but every now and then when she said something, her voice...
And so is Trina.
Yes. Or not her. She wasn't actually...
I will say one slight thing, an interesting thing, just to note on it. Now... Doctor Who gets around this because of the way it explains, how do we understand the languages and all these things when we go to alien worlds, and it occasionally comes up as when they visit other countries on Earth, and the fact that everyone speaks English. It's because of the chameleon circuits and everything like that, which usually means people don't speak English, therefore, with their
everyone has a British accent because the show's been in Britain.
Yeah. Or if they speak English already, it's whatever that language is. So it's like when they go to America, they have American accents still. But it's like when they did the Van Gogh episode.
Quotation marks, but yeah.
When they did the Van Gogh episode,
yes.
For example, everyone spoke English because it was set in northern France, where Van Gogh was spending those years of his life. Apart from Van Gogh himself, who is Dutch, and because of the way the chameleon circuit works, he had an accent which made him sound Scottish, because it was the idea of he's speaking a language that he's not fluent to. And as a result, when he's speaking the same language as everybody else, he has a different accent. Because they even make a comment on that. It's the whole thing, because Amy is Scottish, and when she's speaking, he says, you're from the Netherlands too. You're from the same place as me. This time we had a difference of, they're all speaking English, but it is...
Were they? How do you know they were speaking English to Scandinavian people? They could be speaking Norwegian, and it just translated it.
My point is, though, they didn't have British accents.
I know, but it's alright. There's never been any consistency to how that actually works.
No, it's a weird one. It's just something that I sort of says, that's interesting.
I was thinking halfway through the episode, I'm thinking, considering aliens all speak English with a British accent, why aren't they assuming they're speaking... Again, are they speaking English or are they speaking their own language since they're in Norway?
Yeah, I think for the most part, we always assume they're speaking whatever their language is and the others are speaking, it's automatically translated. That's
my mind.
That was just
my
a thought.
Mind wandered on that because I was bored.
it's a brief thought that just popped into my head at one point because I realised, she has an accent there. That's not a British accent, no? I thought the TARDIS always translated it into usually a British accent.
I'd say there
are
been
occasions when it hasn't.
This is Doctor Who. There's never been any consistency to it.
No, never has been.
Another problem with the episode. No TARDIS interior again. They seem not to be using it much. They just are there, and that really annoys me for some reason. When they're just, hey, look, guys, Norway, a bit of like land. Even just them coming out of the TARDIS, go, whoa, where are we? This isn't Lancashire, whatever. It's just, no, we're here, guys. Okay, they did it in all the episodes pretty much. But how many times have we seen TARDIS interior outside of the first time? We saw it in Kablam.
We saw it in Kablam. We saw it in... No, we didn't see it with the Witchfinders.
No, episode I think we saw it when it was introduced.
Hang on.
Reveal.
Give me a minute, because I'll be able to remember when we've seen it each time. Ghost Monument, we saw in Rosa.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember off the top of my head if we saw it in Arachnids in the UK. I don't think we did. We might have, actually, at the very end.
Can't remember.
I don't think we saw it with the Tsiranga Conundrum.
No, they were in the Scrap Heap already.
Yeah. Demons of the Punjab we did.
Did we? Okay, I don't remember it.
Yeah, it's because they had to link in the watch to the TARDIS circuits. We saw it in Kablam.
Just that I seem to have a thing of them not using it much.
We didn't see it in last week's The Witchfinders, and we didn't see it this week. So who knows if we'll see it in next week.
They don't have at least the TARDIS. They're just there, and that really annoys me. So I don't know why. It's petty, but they're just there. You're like, no, even just the TARDIS arriving would be nice. And then stepping out. You didn't have to see the interior. Have them stepping out, going, "Wow, guys, look where we are." Oh no! And then all that acting. That's because the acting's been brutally honest in this series, but that's an entirely different discussion.
Sean's auditioning for the next companion. Everyone.
It won't work. But yeah, other than that, back to the episode with the mirrors and the guy in the... What was that guy's name? Who the guy who looked like an orc from...
Ribbons.
Yeah, he was...
Played by Kevin Eldon, who I thought I recognised. As soon as I heard his voice, I thought, that's Kevin Eldon, isn't it? I know
also
him.
Pointless. Just... That at least wasted 10 minutes, I suppose. The flesh moths, which were also pointless. Really. Although I didn't notice when we saw his body later, he said there was flesh on him.
No, he was skull.
Oh, was he? I thought there was flesh on him.
No, I think he was mostly skull. I quite like the idea of they're moths, but they're man-eaters.
They're basically piranhas in the air.
Yeah, which we've had before, of course. The Vata Narada are literally the piranhas of the air.
Flesh moths.
Interesting idea.
Yeah,
it's the idea of we take something people have a slight fear of and we make it genuinely dangerous.
There's more of a joke of they don't go for your clothes. Real moths do.
Yeah, they strip the flesh off your bones.
Bugger your clothes up. Need some mothballs. Yeah, and then when we got to the wherever they were, I don't actually still know. It just got kind of weird and kind of boring.
I've suddenly forgotten what it's called.
I can't remember what it's called.
It was the... No, test... No.
I don't know what it was. The bit in the middle was the dead zone or whatever. But I swear it's...
Oh, beyond the...
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I swear dead zone's from something else. But science fiction related. I have no idea what it's called. Yeah, then it kind of got weird. I mean, not normal Doctor Who weird, like weird even for Doctor Who. Like, okay, where's this going? And then Grey showed up for no reason.
Well, I think I know. Well, I had a suspicion as, that's what they're here for then.
I thought, it's an actual afterlife. This one just lacks Chris Addison, so that's immediate improvement. Fucking twat. I was glad when Missy vaporised him, put it that way.
You liked that little gif.
Yeah, the squee one.
The squee bit, permission to squee.
I'm looking at Missy should have been the Doctor. She would have been good. She has again, that's a different discussion about that. But yeah, it got weird and not really kind of confusing, just kind of really boring. Maybe it was emotional. I don't do that. So.
Solid track.
That also sounds like something. It's gonna say.
I mean, to be fair, it is something entirely made up.
I was gonna say, I swear I've heard something like that from somewhere. Something else is made up. But I was going.
We've had like we've had things that sound
That
vaguely.
sounds like a really bad Alien of the Week from Doctor Who.
I mean, to be fair, it pretty much
Yeah,
is.
I know that's the joke. It sounds like that kind of. These are the some stupid name they have because they were on a tight budget. But yeah, it is an episode that had sort of, I say promise, but I feel that's been too nice. But yeah, no, it floundered in the end, fizzled out, and no sort of link to the finale, which is next week. I should point out. It is the finale.
No, I'm going to quickly point something out there.
There we go. I actually thought one of the Stenza was going to be in the Dead Zone.
I thought that.
Something bringing that back. No, okay.
No, we're not doing that. We might next week.
Well, I thought just something
next time.
You know, lead. And obviously, this isn't connected like to the finale like it normally is, but some sort of lead in.
I think our finale is not going to be next week.
No, you think it's going to be New Year's?
No, I think the
And it's
finale.
going to stop.
No, I'm saying I think that Doctor Who is not going to be on next week.
Don't you?
I think they're going to push it back.
Are they?
Because at the minute, brief foray into politics here for you, everybody.
Uh-oh. Get your flame.
At the
Get
minute-
your flame shows ready. This is going to get.
There is a plan, and current discussions are underway for there to be a debate, a head-to-head
Oh.
debate between Jeremy
Yeah, I
Corbyn
saw
and
that.
Theresa May prior
Well,
to the
they couldn't
Brexit
agree
deal.
where that was going to be. No.
But Jeremy Corbyn has now said he will agree to the BBC as long as it's head-to-head.
I want to get the giant sticks from. Remember American Gladiator? Just like an actual.
Yes.
Politics needs more of that. Give me that.
But the thing is, it would be airing on Sunday night.
Damn you! Think of BBC Two. It wasn't BBC Two this time. And
No,
is it important?
it is fairly important.
No, I meant what? Some BBC Two that Doctor Who could replace.
I don't know, but that requires different scheduling because they're different directors
Oh.
in terms of different program runners. Now the thing is, I noticed it because a part of me was not exactly looking for it, but I noted it when they said the reveal of the finale. He never said what time it was
Yes.
next week or anything, which makes me think, they're not moving strictly. They're going to be
Whoa,
moving Doctor Who
strictly
from
actually
next
has.
week.
You know, that's harsh. That's fairly strictly actually has viewers.
Exactly, that's the
I
point.
know.
Strictly's not going to be moved. Doctor Who will.
I had a
They're
theory
more
about
than
that.
happy to move it.
Yeah, but remember when you said Doctor Who got moved because it had low ratings to Sunday? I saw someone online say it got moved to Sunday and why it's not on Christmas Day, so there's less competition for it. Because Sunday's less important than Saturday. And same thing with Christmas, it's been moved out of the... I don't know, I just found it interesting. There's a lot of theories of why it's...
It's an interesting debate, but it's a bit of a reverse one. It's like, it's got less competition
Well, it's the idea
because
that it
fewer
will look
people...
good. You know,
But the other...
Saturday
But
night
the back...
evening is all the big things are on Saturday evening.
Yeah, the direct competition that is also because generally fewer people are watching TV on those nights.
Yeah, that's fun. Silly.
Saturday night is all the peak time for all telly watching. It's
Yeah, so that's why they moved it, so it would look better on Sunday when there's less big things on other channels.
It's not just fewer big things; it's just fewer people are
Yeah.
watching it. That's the thing. It's the
I
audience
know that people
numbers
who
are
do
gonna be
these things
lower.
make sense. It's a theory of why, and also why it's not on Christmas Day anymore. That and Chris
An interesting
Chris
theory.
Chibnall ran out of ideas.
Yes,
Fucking idiot. And
interesting theory. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure.
Too sure.
Maybe you said it because it got demoted to Sunday. And saw someone
Yeah.
say it got moved to make it look better. Like, look, it's the most watched thing on Sunday. Yeah, it's Sunday. What else is on? No. Whereas on Saturday, everything's on.
I'm waiting for them to announce that it's not going to be on at the same time on Sunday, or might be or they'll be
Trouble
moving
is,
it.
if the TV guides have been, I don't know when TV guides are printed. I assume relatively.
Sometimes there can be last minute
Some of the one
changes
on
to
TV
things like
is
this.
a week ahead. It has the entire usually. So you can go
The
ahead
entire
and
week.
plan to record things. So I assume it's on there. I haven't checked.
But sometimes there are
Yeah,
emergency
things do
changes
change
to
around.
things.
Things do happen. I'm just curious to.
I wouldn't be totally surprised if something happened to move things around. And by the sounds of it, they're not sure
Yeah.
about what they're planning with it because they didn't say what time it is or anything.
It's been on so many different times of series.
Yeah, they'll have a provisional sort of day and time for it, but I think they might be a little flexible with it. Anyway, shall we? We didn't do it last week because we both forgot.
I remember that Wednesday. I went, wait a minute.
I realised actually just after we recorded
I'll
it.
come back. Let's do a separate video.
So, Mum's thoughts.
On last week or this week?
This week. Mum liked last week.
Okay, Mum went last week.
She also thought she largely. Mum seems to generally be agreeing with us most of these weeks.
Alan coming was the best thing the series has had so far.
She also thought it wrapped up very quickly at the end. She got a bit lost as to quite what was happening.
Very quickly, like.
So, Mum's thoughts on this week's. It's the one she's liked the least. She didn't even like it. It just sort of happened in her own words. That does sum it up pretty much.
Stuff just kind of happened.
And she found it quite naff.
Good word, naff.
There you go. That is pretty much that's actually everything Mum said to me about it. Really, she didn't really think much of it. She thought it was a bit naff. So excited at the beginning, but then she just sort of lost.
Yeah, it starts off with the great premise as a monster, and then just kind of no.
Monster in the woods. Ooh.
And while I'm already rolling my eyes because there's a monster in the woods and in a cabin in the woods, well, at least it's something, which is more than we've had the last couple of episodes. It's inside you all along. Oh, fuck off.
I want to say, you do realise what we actually had this week as well, right?
Yeah, I know, but...
What?
What were you going to say?
Seem to think I know what I'm going with.
I'm just saying,
Do you know what it was that saved the day?
Yes. A frog.
The power of friendship.
A frog saved.
You've been waiting for this.
Yeah, bated breath. Fucking hate that. Unless you're My
The
Little
episode
Pony,
was
you can't
actually
get away
ended.
With it. Unless you're My Little Pony, you can't get away with it.
The power of friendship.
It's the I couldn't write an actual climax of the story, so fuck it.
It's a weird one.
It was weird when the frog started talking with the Grace's voice. That was weird. Although I was like, new companion right there. Frog needs to be that frog and Bradley Walsh. It would be gold.
I reckon Walsh is gone after the finale.
People are saying that. He's in the Christmas one, I think. I think I've seen a picture of the Christmas one. He's in it.
He might be. But part of me is beginning to wonder.
Are in post New Year's. Sorry.
No, because I mean the rumours we've heard are about that Walsh might be going, and
Bradley Walsh.
Much
I hate to say it, he's the best thing in the series he's ever had. Well, him and Alan Cumming need their own show.
Hearing you say that.
Just saying. Him and Alan Cumming need their own show.
That'd be really good.
Graham and King James explore history. Oh my god.
One is a former king of England and Scotland. The other's a former bus driver.
That's all you need to know. They escaped.
No, I mean, the episode for me was very much... Really, in a lot of ways, it wasn't a Graham-focused episode, but it moved his plot line on. It developed him further, the whole grief element. And we had the moment we've all been waiting for with Ryan finally calling him Grandad.
Now we need the fist bump.
I'm not expecting that.
You don't want it too much.
No.
And it will save the day. It will create tremors through time. That will save the day.
But the anti-zone, that was it.
Anti-zone.
It was the anti-zone rather than the dead zone. But I just found it weird.
It was just weird, even by...
And part of me was just like, I've got no real thoughts or feelings on this episode. It's confusing more than anything. It's like the whole thing about, okay, not only are we dealing with kind of a different dimension...
Kind of.
It's a conscious dimension. And the main message that we had was the idea of sort of dealing with grief.
Yeah.
And the idea of if someone's having a problem, if like something like you requires a friend to come out and say, friends need to be there to say something. You get the Doctor's
Captain Planet, we can all be friends speech.
Yes, well that's the thing. The Doctor's always sort of summed up, here is the message in a sentence. It's like with Kablam, it was the idea of, it's not the system's wrong, it's the people who abuse the system. Take advantage of it. Which I will just say, that can also be taken in the... Again, I'm putting on a slightly political hat on for the Kablam message, which is all about corporations anyway. It's very much the idea of capitalism
I would say. Which is always funny. But when I say it's win.
But
go.
I was going to say, not only does it take the idea, it's the idea of capitalism is generally a force for good. It's only bad when people take advantage of it.
So it's pretty everything. So it's pretty much everything. Could be a force of good. I mean, breaks them.
Until people take advantage of it, yeah.
Hey, well done. That's almost as deep as your racism is bad.
Let's not go into Rosa.
Let's not go back into Rosa.
But yeah, I would rate this episode as not terribly great. Well, I mean, there were some parts of it that had promise.
It starts off, Norway. Okay, Norway, great. I wonder if they actually were in Norway. Or is it somewhere in Wales, pretending to be Norway.
Yeah, I'm curious as to where they actually
Considering they filmed Pakistan and South Africa, who knows where they went?
No, Pakistan was in Spain.
Oh,
it was and stuff. It was Rosa
Rosa.
Was.
Yeah, Rosa was. And I think the
Rosa was in South Africa.
Shots of the one before were in the somewhere in South Africa.
Ghost Monument.
Who knows where they went? Probably somewhere in.
I don't know. It could have just been somewhere in Wales.
Wales. It's basically everything now. It wasn't even really bad. It was just.
Yeah.
It wasn't really. Okay, the ending was fucking vomit-inducing, but that may just be me.
Oh, did you also notice the little reference that we had to Pertwee?
Pertwee?
Reverse the polarity.
I thought you were talking about Grand Number 2 being an agent of the Zygons. I don't know, I just found that line very, very funny. I was like, I missed the Zygons.
They've only been in 2 episodes.
Zygons. Okay, that should be a threat. Okay, maybe not a threat, they look ridiculous, but, that was one of Capaldi's better episodes of the Zygons.
It was. The Zygon inversion and the Zygon invasion were very good. And his speech as well was just...
That's where I was problem with this Doctor. I know. I'm a man having a problem with a female Doctor. Who would have thought that happened? I mean, Peter Davison found that out the hard way. Do you know what happened to Peter Davison? About this?
He didn't like the idea of female.
He got run off Twitter because of it. Or run off somewhere.
Wow.
Because the fans disagreed with that. Well, certain fans disagreed with that notion.
Didn't Colin Baker come out against him as well about
Possibly,
that?
Right. I just know Peter Davison got into trouble, but got some backlash, shall we say?
Yeah.
Nothing screams tolerance like that. But anyway, is this Doctor hasn't had a Doctor moment? It's also kind of pathetic.
We've not had a Doctor moment. We've not had a defining moment that says, this is the Doctor.
The first episode was the best Doctor moment ever. That was the moment you went, that's the Doctor. Right there, that speech.
Peter Capaldi had it with the boneless, the graffiti monsters coming to life. That's what I was saying. Because he had the speech moment that I am the Doctor, I name you the boneless. Yeah. That is a brilliant shot, and it does have his theme, a good man. Playing, it's a good score. It brings up the emotion for it, which is what a soundtrack's there for. It's there to heighten the present emotion.
But yeah, this Doctor hasn't really had one. And, even going back to last week when she was trying to get whatever they were called back into the tree. I can't remember, I really don't care. When Tennant got angry, he brought the fucking wrath of God down on you. Yeah. And it's just like, please, fuck off. And
It's a weird
It's a weird way of doing it. Even Matt Smith.
And again, a part of me is a bit annoyed, because the thing that the Doctor has always been able to do whenever they step onto any planet or anywhere, they are able to know where they are, what time period, and things like that, and generally be amazing.
Yeah.
And they make light of it a little bit with some of the Tennant ones. It's the whole thing about when they're in the 1920s, the Agatha Christie one. He steps out and says, 1920s, he can be, and he does that, and I think they make light of it a little bit. This one, when they came in, tested the soil, and she says, Norway, not sure exactly where, but there's an alpaca farm not too far away, with a gift shop, and very low TripAdvisor ratings. And I just thought, no, that's really bad. Yeah. You can't tell that. I know it's the idea of, the Doctor is amazing, he can get all these things from just the soil.
Although if she knows there's an alpaca farm, that may not have been soil shade.
I mean, that's probably as much as you can say in terms of there's a gift shop with low TripAdvisor ratings. That's just the idea of, the idea of the Doctor can tell exactly where they are and everything based on simple things. Usually it's just from breathing in the air, which tells us a lot anyway. It's the idea of the Doctor has heightened senses, but the being able to say what is exactly and what the views on the thing are, that's just, what, is the Doctor psychic now?
Psychic. They're psychic.
Can tie into the internet?
Yeah, it just has a phone with Wikipedia on secretly. Find my location.
And again, the Sonic, and again, the Sonic's just is just a tricorder these days from Star Trek.
I did like the line, I like my Sonic. I went, yeah, shaped like that, I bet you do.
Oi.
It looks like a...
No.
Oh, it does. And I'm like...
That's no, as in, we're not taking it there, thank you.
I was like, just stupid. But yeah, but that's not this Doctor's fault. the sonic screwdriver
No, it's
being
not.
used.
It's not the Doctor's
that really
fault. I mean,
started in Tenet.
It's been a tricorder for a very long time.
The idea of it just does everything, and it's got ridiculous. I do want one day when someone she points at someone and they just it's a screwdriver. I mean, John Hurt did that in the special. It's a screwdriver. What are you going to do?
You can assemble a cabinet at them. It's a scientific instrument.
Yeah, it's a fucking screwdriver. You're not going to threaten someone with it. It's kind of stupid. But yeah, that's just the whole series, really. But yeah, the screwdriver thing's not this new. It's always really the whole new series had a problem with the sonic screwdriver doing everything because we only have 20 minutes to fill. Not 20 minutes, 40 minutes to fill. But yeah, that was Yaz didn't do anything again.
No, again we had we had development from Graham and from Ryan.
Yeah,
but nothing with Yaz.
She was there again.
Who seems to bind. I found it weird that the Doctor said, "Ryan, you stay with her." As opposed to Yaz, who we've seen has got a better rapport with her.
That way they could bond.
Yeah, I know that, but it's a weird thing for the person in charge who's generally quite good at reading the room.
And the one's also a police officer who probably knows a bit about comforting people. Although she didn't do CPR on that woman when she was nearly drowned, so who knows how good of a doctor, how good a police officer Yaz is. But she is a police officer. She probably is slightly trained in how to comfort people.
Basically,
maybe even children in times of stress.
She even said that. She's even said I got training for it at work.
Yeah, you imagine it would come up. But yeah, they need to bond and have their moment at the end.
Naturally. Which then meant that Yaz's purpose then was more as a sounding board for the Doctor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think terribly highly of the episode. It decided to go in a very different direction, which is just a bit weird and sort of fell a bit flat.
Very flat. More talking frogs. Why a frog?
Because as we know, it said, "This form delights me, as it once did Grace."
I know, but it's a fucking frog. And
do you know what I was expecting? I was expecting for us to get something.
I was expecting a dolphin, and I can make a Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy joke.
I was expecting us to get something from the Doctor's past.
Yeah, I was expecting. Although when I saw went white, and you almost saw shadows of rafters of the barn from the 50th anniversary.
Yeah, well, I thought it was going to be the interior of a Mark I TARDIS. Are we finally going to get? Are we finally going to get Susan?
Yeah, Susan. She's still alive. She must be still alive, isn't she? Yeah, get her back once. If Susan is a Time Lord, you can regenerate.
It was never really established, really.
No, it never really. Do you know if she's a Time Lord or not? Well, actually, in the Clara episode, when you see them get into TARDIS, isn't Susan with him?
Yes.
Gallifrey.
Yes.
So I assume she's a Time Lord. Yeah, but if she's still alive, get her back. It might be interesting to see Susan. But that was quite a thought.
But yeah, I think we've pretty much reached the end point of the episode, really, because we're just rambling about how much we really didn't think much of it.
But next week.
Well, next time.
The finale that has no build up to it whatsoever.
Yeah. I'm still not going to say next week yet until they officially announce anything.
The next episode, whenever it comes out,
which we now don't know quite when it's going to be, because it might be next week, it might not be now. Yes, which is
the Battle of blah 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 blah.
Give me
whatever it was called.
It is the Battle of Ranskor Av Kolos.
Yes.
And again, the trailer gave me absolutely no idea, because it seems to be... Is it just me, or the trailer's much shorter than they used to be?
Well, you complained when trailers used to tell you everything
that happened. Because a film trailer lasts about 2 minutes.
Even some of the old episode trailers did have the habit of saying, next week, assignment. Okay, we know they're in the series, because they get announced long before the series, but... You ruin it. You want trailers that are vague, and
vague isn't to give me a brief idea about what vaguely might be happening. These episodes are so short. There's usually made up of 4 or 5 shots. Each one's about 3 to 5 seconds at most. So it's about 30 seconds. It's not even 30 seconds. Each trailer bit feels more like it's only about 20 seconds long.
So they can compress it so it fits on Tumblr in a GIF.
But I can barely understand even what's going on from
Twitter.
There. Anyway.
Yeah, but there's also the finale, and there's really not really been anything.
No, there's been nothing. There's no build-up. We don't know where it's going.
Or a current theme,
War.
Either it's just going to be another episode, which would be really boring, if it's just another episode.
Which I'm beginning to think it probably is.
Finale, where everything comes together, at least in theory. Unless you're Stephen Moffat, then the finale just raises even more
The finale
questions.
ties stuff together a little bit and then leaves more doors open.
Well, Bad Wolf did that. The Torchwood second series. Third series was... Didn't have one? I remember the third series. I lose track of what episode was in what series.
Third.
Because the first series was Bad
Yep.
Wolf. Second series was Torchwood.
Third one was The Master.
Oh yeah, the Master. That was
Howard
cool.
Saxon.
Derek Jackson needs to come back as the Master.
Fourth one was... that was The Disappearing Planets.
Yes.
Then it was... That was 10... Then it was just the year with the specials, which was The Four Knocks. Then it was Matt's first one with The Cracks in the Wall. Then
Moffat completely loses it and he goes off.
Yeah, then we're on to Moffat, so...
And that just says it already.
Which means I'm trying to remember, so which was Series 6, which was... Oh yeah, that was the Impossible Astronaut one, so that's the one that opened with the death of the Doctor, and then the whole series is building back to that bit. Then Series 7 was split into two halves, because we had... Goodbye to Amy and Rory in The Angels of Manhattan. Angels Take Manhattan.
Mm-hmm.
And then we had The Name of the Doctor in the second half, because we had Clara building to the Day of the Doctor. Time of the Doctor. Then we had Peter Capaldi, which was the Death in Heaven thing. So it was the whole idea of dead people, what's happening to them when they die.
Mm-hmm.
Then we had the sort of the prophecy, the hybrid, with his season 9. So his last one with Clara, the idea of this creature, this hybrid born of two warlike races. And then we had the idea of Missy going good.
Mm.
And now we've got this one, which has had nothing recurring going whatsoever.
If you want a series finale in TV series, you want it to be big. It's finale. You want, and in theory, everything should be, well, not everything wrapped up, but
a lot of it should be tied up.
A lot of what happened in that series should come to some sort of conclusion.
Yeah.
Here, we have nothing.
We've got nothing to turn to a conclusion.
Well, yeah, nothing. There is nothing. Not even the characters are really much to go
No.
for. They're bringing back Zygons. All the Ice Warriors. I know that one on Mars doesn't count. That stupid episode. Whatever it was called, but they were actually on Mars with the Victorian soldiers.
Oh, that one.
Yeah. That's stupid.
What was that one?
I like the
Empress
first
of
Ice Warrior,
Mars.
but the one on the submarine. The first one on the submarine was cool.
Yeah.
But you know, everything that bad. What else haven't they brought back yet? That is vaguely popular enough. I mean, the Zygons come back anyway.
We've had the Sea Devils.
Oh, the Sirens from Pyramid of Mars. Not Pyramid of Mars. The one with Tom Baker. The Siren. Them. They're cool. Egypt. Need more Egypt. Egypt's full of
not
evil.
had. No, I say that we've had the Silurians. We've not had the Sea Devils return. Usually they are usually tied into the same ones, but that's a strange thing because we've had Silurians but not Sea Devils.
Even the Silurians, Sirens. Here we are. From that one. They were great. Something like that to bring back.
We've not had. I mean, we've had the Great Intelligence, but we've not had the Yetis actually return.
Yeah, it was Pyramids of Mars.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking of. They're cool looking. I mean, a bit more CG.
The Zarbi. I always say the Zarbi, I know.
Those Arthurian knights and space knights from that one episode with Mr. McCoy.
That was a good one.
That was a good one. A lot of Mr. McCoy Slate stuff was actually quite good. Not dreadful. And it got
The
cancelled.
Candyman.
No. There's a limit. There's a fucking limit. Bring back the Master this time. Like, properly. And, controversial opinion.
Anyway.
Never. Derek Jacobi.
We are vaguely on
Master
topic,
now.
but we've also gone off on a bit of a ramble. As is traditional of us. So, I'm going to call time on it this week.
I'm calling an intervention.
Join us next time for when we review...
Possibly. Who knows when?
To join us for the review of the series finale, The Battle of Ranskoor Av Kolos.